All right, let's dive into something that's, well, a pretty big deal in the world of artificial intelligence. We're going to break down the NIST AI Risk Management Framework. Now, NIST is the National Institute of Standards and Technology, and they've put together this guide that's all about one critical thing: making AI something we can actually trust.
I mean, it's no secret that AI is everywhere, right? It's not science fiction anymore. It's helping doctors diagnose diseases, it's making our cars and cities smarter, and it's totally changing how we do business. The potential for AI to do some real good in the world, it's just massive.
But here's the catch. With all that power comes some pretty serious risk. And the thing about AI is its risks are different. We're not just talking about a simple bug in the code. We're talking about systems that can learn, that can change on their own. And that makes it incredibly tough to predict and prevent when things might go wrong. So where do you even start trying to manage all that? Well, the first step is to get a handle on what the risks even are. And the NIST framework gives us a really helpful way to break down the potential harms into a few key buckets. First and foremost, let's talk about harm to actual people. And this goes way beyond just physical safety. It could be an AI algorithm unfairly denying someone a job or a loan. That directly impacts their life. Or maybe it's a biased system that violates someone's basic civil rights. The stakes are incredibly high. And then, of course, these risks can hit organizations too. Just imagine an AI system that accidentally opens up a massive security hole, leading to a huge data breach. You're looking at staggering financial losses for sure, but maybe even worse is the complete loss of your reputation and your customers' trust. And if you zoom out even further, AI risks can actually cause harm to a whole ecosystem. Think about high-speed trading algorithms that could crash the stock market, or automated logistics systems that could bring global supply chains to a grinding halt. The ripple effects can be absolutely enormous. So here you can see the whole spectrum: harm to individuals, to organizations, and to entire systems. And what's really crucial to get is how linked these all are. They're not in separate silos. For instance, a biased hiring tool. That's a harm to a person, right? But that can quickly blow up into lawsuits and a PR nightmare, which is a huge harm to the company that used it. Okay, so if that's the problem, what's the solution? What are we aiming for? Well, the ultimate goal of this entire framework is to help us all build what NIST calls trustworthy AI. But, what does that really mean in practice? Well, before anything else, for an AI to be trustworthy, it just has to work. It needs to be valid and reliable. That means it does the thing it was built to do, and it does it over and over again without failing. Honestly, if a system isn't accurate and dependable, none of the other stuff even matters. This is the absolute foundation. But being valid and reliable, that's just the starting line. A truly trustworthy AI has a lot more going on. It's got to be safe, so it doesn't put people in danger. It needs to be secure to fight off attacks. We need to be able to understand why it makes the decisions it does, so it has to be explainable. It absolutely must be fair to avoid bias, and it should protect our privacy. And kind of wrapped around all of that is this idea of accountability and transparency. So, to help companies actually build systems that have all these amazing characteristics, NIST came up with a super practical, 4-part framework. It's a clear, structured way to think about and handle AI risk from the very beginning of an idea all the way to the end of its life. Honestly, the best way to think about this whole thing is like a fitness plan for your AI. It's not some rigid checklist you do once and then forget about. No, it's a continuous cycle of activities that you do to keep your AI development healthy, responsible, and on track with your values. The whole plan boils down to these 4 functions: govern, map, measure, and manage. It's super simple and easy to remember. You set the rules of the road. You figure out what could go wrong, you keep an eye on those risks, and then you do something about them. It's a cycle you just keep repeating. And you can see right here how it all fits together so beautifully. Map, measure, and manage are in this constant loop. But look what's sitting right there in the middle: govern. That's so important. It shows that governance, setting up that culture of risk management, isn't just step 1. It's the heart of the entire process, influencing everything else you do. Now, here's one of the most critical takeaways from this whole framework. Managing AI risk is not just a job for the coders and the data scientists. Not at all. It is everybody's job. This quote from the document really says it all. For this to actually work, everyone has to feel a sense of collective responsibility. It means you need people from all different parts of an organization working together, each person bringing their own unique viewpoint to the problem. So, who are these AI actors? Well, it's a really broad group.
You've got the data scientists building the models, sure, but you also need the domain experts who know how things work in the real world, the actual end users, and even people from the communities who are going to be affected by the AI's choices. You need that diverse team to spot all the blind spots.
So you might be thinking, okay, I get it. It's a voluntary framework from the government. But why does it really truly matter? What are the actual benefits of putting this fitness plan into action?
Well, using the framework has some huge payoffs. It helps companies build clear processes, which makes everyone more accountable. It forces teams to really think through those tough trade-offs, like balancing an AI's performance with making sure it's fair. And really, it helps create a culture that puts safety and responsible innovation first. And that's not just good for society, it's good for business.
So in the end, the NIST AI risk management framework isn't some strict set of rules you have to follow. It's a map. It gives us a common language and a clear path forward so we can build AI we can actually trust. But, a map can't pick your destination for you. The framework is an incredibly powerful tool, but its real impact, that depends entirely on how we, all of us AI actors, decide to use it.